Hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. Welcome to your card reading for this week. I'm going to see what the energy holds for us. And I'm going to start off with my charms after I open Sacred Space. I haven't used these bad boys in a while. And I also have every deck in front of me, which I don't normally do. I normally have like half my decks on this table, half my decks on my other table, but something told me that we're going to pull one card from every single deck. So it's going to be like a smorgasbord, I think they call it. So let's start with opening Sacred Space. I am reading a new book about all the different archangels, and I'm learning so much. And I don't know if you guys ever paid attention to who I pray to when I open Sacred Space, but it's always Archangel Michael, as I call them in, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. They were two archangels that have lived physical lifetimes. So they are able to understand what it feels like to be human. So when they're on the other side helping us, they really know what we're experiencing, so they can kind of set us up and move things for us and help us navigate life a whole lot easier. So that's why I always use them in my readings. And Metatron is, Michael is for protection, the highest and whitest light, please. And Archangel Metatron is for inner wisdom. There's Gabriel, and then there's Raphael. Raphael is all about healing. And usually when I do my Reiki healing, I'll see the color green a lot, which means that he's present with me during the healing. And there was something amazing that I read in this book. Oh, it was so profound. It said something like, it gave me chills all over. And then I had this like beautiful breeze hitting my face. I was sitting outside as I was reading. I'm going to put this incense out. But it said something like divine healing is when the soul cures the imbalances that life has brought us. I think that's what it was. Or like, it's basically saying like when we are meant to heal, and if it's not our turn to transition or to leave this world, because in reality, like for instance, with my daughter, she was born with a muscle disorder, right? You know, it just was not in the cards for her to stay. And you know, there's no amount of Reiki or healing that we could have brought her in order to have her stay. So I was reading about that in the book, and I actually got teary-eyed thinking about that it was just confirmation that she just wasn't meant to stay. And some people, you know, they say, you know, the archangels, they don't help us heal. Like people that, you know, they put all this weight on, they have faith, but then they expect the angels and God and everybody to make everything better. But sometimes that's not our soul's path. Like my daughter's soul chose to come here for a short period of time, and she taught us all these wonderful lessons. She made me who I am. And my dad decided to leave when he was 69 years old. There was no healing that he could have done to help him move through and to overcome his cancer. There's no amount of Reiki that I could have given him. But the Archangel Raphael, I learned that when we have family members who are suffering from illness, suffering from cancer, and they're transitioning, we can offer Reiki because it helps them transition a lot smoother. So I did that for my dad right before he passed. I was constantly putting my hands on his chest. I was rubbing his head. And even when my family was around, and you know, they might not believe in Reiki, but I constantly just had my hands on him, because I knew that I could channel energy into his body and help pour light into him and help him know that I was there and it was safe for him to go. And I ended up being the person that he was with when he passed. My sister, my mom, and my brother, they all weren't there. They were there like an hour before. And there was this hour span of just him and I, and that's when he transitioned. So it's so cool that these archangels have all these different little, it's like they're known for these little traits where we can call on them to help us in certain areas of our life. So Gabriel is all about communication. So if you're going to be a public speaker, or if you're, that just reminded me something about Metatron too. But so there's Michael, there's Metatron, there's Gabriel, there's Raphael, there's Zadkiel, there's Jophiel, there's all these different ones. There's, I think, 15 or so. and they're all here to help us. So we can call on these angels, on these archangels, to come serve us in some way. Metatron helps with students with learning new things. So when I call him into my readings, I am actually calling him to assist you all in receiving these messages to learn and grow along with us. And then, so with Gabriel's all about communication. So if somebody's a writer, or, you know, if I'm talking on YouTube in one of my manifesting videos, I might call Gabriel in to help me have the right words to say. And then Raphael is the healer. Jophiel is all about joy and happiness and being creative and being in your bliss. So it's really cool that we have access to these archangels, and they're literally, the way they describe it in the book is they're just sitting up there waiting for us to call on them to use them. Metatron also helps with procrastination. So if you've been procrastinating on anything, call on Archangel Metatron. He will jump in, swoop in, and help you with whatever you need. And also, if you're taking a test or if you're doing assignments or something, he can help with that too, which I'm going to teach my niece about that, because she's always texting me right before she takes like a math or science test. She's in high school. She's like, can you manifest me a good grade on my math test? So I'm going to have her call on her angels. All right, let's start with the charms. Oh, there's a little girl and a dragonfly. So we have a dragonfly, which I always think of the dragonfly as like, what is the quality of your mind? You know, I always think of the wings flapping really, really fast. And it also can mean transformation. So it almost is like this little girl is going through a transformation. So maybe somebody in your life that you know might be going through a transformation. Maybe you are watching and you're a female. Maybe this is the divine feminine. She is growing up and seeing all that she's doing, and she's so proud of herself. Let's get another one to kind of confirm that. All right, Archangel Michael, what does the little girl mean? Am I reading this correctly? Wow, we have a key. I just heard she has the key to your heart. So the divine feminine has the key to your heart. Let's do one more. Butterfly. Yep, transformation. Somebody's going through a transformation. That confirms the dragonfly. Okay, so we have our charms. Let's pick out one card from every single deck. Okay, we're gonna do the Course in Miracles. I'm gonna work my way all the way around. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Did I just say 16? Yeah. Wow, I have 16 decks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, yeah. And I know I have 3 more in my drawer. Okay, I rest in God. There is a place in you where nothing is impossible. There's a place in you where the strength of God abides. So this is kind of saying like you can endure anything. There's something inside of you that you have not tapped into yet, and it is God. It is the universe that lives in you, and it's been in you your whole life, and it's time to tap into it. There is a place in you where the strength of God abides. You are stronger than you think. You can endure tough times. I just got word that one of my guy friends that I used to work with, that his dad unfortunately passed in his sleep. And I feel terrible that I didn't know. It happened a couple weeks ago. So for some reason, I feel like that message is for him, that he can know that he has the strength to endure this, losing his dad abruptly. I don't know what that's like to lose abruptly, but I do know what it's like to lose a dad, and everybody's relationship is so different. So I'm not going to say I get it, but I understand what it's like to walk through life without one of your parents, is what I'm trying to say. So let's all send him so much love right now. Hope that his healing process is smooth. There's a lot of death and illness right now, and perfect. We got the healing card, 4 swords. Somebody's going into their nest to do some healing. So this woman is in her nest, her heart's in there, she's vulnerable. She's trying to just curl up and just to hide away from the world. So she's resting with God. God has you. And I just heard this could be the divine masculines all going through a healing. So sometimes I can channel the energy of the divine masculines. I know when they need to speak their truth. I know when, I don't know, I can just feel it in my body because I am so connected to the twin flame journey. It's like I know what's going to happen before it happens. So I'm seeing that the divine masculine is going through a healing and a total uproot in their life. So we have to have we got to treat them like they're a little baby bird in the nest. Send them some love. We have the squirrel card. Yep. They're going through spiritual maintenance. Be your own caretaker. So through this healing, anybody, whether it's the divine feminine, the divine masculine, we all have a combination of both inside of us. When we're experiencing loss or we're just going through a tough time in our life, we feel like everything's breaking down, nothing's making sense. It's literally spiritual maintenance. You are going through, I don't want to call it a level up when somebody passes away because it's just not right, but you're basically tapping into that strength that I talked about earlier. So maybe you know somebody who's going through this, maybe they've pulled away and they've stopped talking to you, but they're going through something tough, and it's literally them tapping into who they are, who they came here to be. And sometimes when we experience loss or breakdown in our life, it's connecting that person back to who they are. And it's like a spiritual awakening. They're waking up to their purpose and their mission. And sometimes in order to do that, there has to be like an upheaval in somebody's life. All right, we're going to do the Angels of Abundance deck. That was just the Spirit Animal Wisdom deck. So get excited for the person that's going through this healing because they're about to come out the other side and it's going to be okay. Everything's not crumbling. It feels like it is, but trust me, if you're a divine masculine watching this and you're going through a tough time, it's going to be okay. This is part of the journey. It's called a hero's journey. And we all have to go through breakdowns, divorce, loss, financial struggles, moves, whatever it is, not knowing what you're supposed to be doing with your life, changing careers. That's a huge one, but it's normal. And it's part of your soul's evolution. Like you're going down this timeline. And if you need help during the process, absolutely, you can book a reading with me. And this is for anyone, male or female. I am no longer taking male clients for Reiki. I'm just keeping it strictly to my females, just for the comfort level. All right, we have abundance mindset. If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment. And that is what you will experience. So if somebody out there who's going through this healing phase, if it has to do with money and you're fearing your financial stability or whatever it is, this is a time for you to shift your thinking to completely lean on God and lean on the universe. You have that strength within you. You have something inside of you that just knows that everything's going to be okay. The money will show up. Everything always works out for us. And sometimes we have to go through the upheaval to understand that it always works out. Because if things never get rocky, then we never really learn how it works out. Because if everything's always smooth, then we don't need any help. We don't need archangels. We don't need God. But in reality, they're always here and they're always doing everything for us. So now we're getting to see their work in action. Because a lot of times people don't ask them for help until they're hurting. And I like to encourage people to ask them for help at all times. Ask for green lights, ask for parking spots, ask for good grades on a test. Ask them to take the pain away from the loss that you're experiencing, or ask them to help you find a new job, or to make a tough decision in your life. Thank you. Wow, we got the Sun card. This was the Angel Wisdom Tarot by Radleigh Valentine. It says, a time of great joy and success. brilliant epiphanies that lead to magical opportunities, plans that work out perfectly, gratitude to the divine. This is showing so much thanks, so much gratitude. You finally are reaching your destination. And remember, there's always breakdown before there's breakthroughs. So the Sun card, this is also like Leo energy, which I'm a Leo. So shout out to all my Leos out there. You are the sunshine in somebody's life. They need you. They need to lean on your light. They need your warmth. You are this beacon for them. You show them the way. You're like a lighthouse. And for the people that are suffering and going into their nest, they might need you right now. You might have to show up in their life and just pop your head in and be like, are you okay? I'm here for you if you need me. So be the sun and remind them that success and joy and happiness will return. They won't always feel this way. It's temporary. That's the best advice I can give somebody who's going through major pain in their life, is reminding them that this is temporary. I know it's hard. You're allowed to feel whatever you're feeling, but it's just temporary. All right, I'm going to save the two. This is my Sex and Magic Tarot deck, which I'm not going to do that right now. And this is my Twin Flame deck. So we're not going to do that right now. We'll save the relationship reading to the end. All right, this is my Work Your Light deck. We have Share Your Voice, Coming Out of the Cave, Persecution, Expression. Somebody's going to come speak their truth to you. Maybe after they go through this little upheaval or this healing phase, they're finally going to wake up to the truth of who they are and realize, this is what I want. I'm no longer happy in my life in this way. I need to make change, and I'm going to take action and speak my truth. And we have Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. These are your archangels. Look at that. How perfect. They're the ascended masters, Mother Mary, Jesus. Everybody's here to help you. You're not alone. You have support on the other side. So use them. If you're in pain in anywhere in your life, I know you guys, a lot of people comment on my videos and they say like, I need to manifest money to pay my bills. Ask your angels, say, angels, please pay my bills. Take me out of the mix, move me out of the way. You just pay the bills for me. And I guarantee something will happen and you'll get extra money. Okay, let's do Tosha Silver's Wild Offering Oracle deck. I hope it helps you guys when I list the names of the deck in case you want to go buy one on your own. Yeah, wow, undergoing great change. A butterfly again. This says, don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. All you need is that one next action. You can say to love, just show me the first step and change me into one who can take it. I say this all the time. My angels always speak through me and guide me to tell people that just have that first conversation, write that email, resign from that job, just do one small step. Don't worry about the next 40. You don't have to worry about, where you're going to live next or who you're going to date or where the money's going to come from. You just take one small action to move yourself in the direction, and you're showing God and the universe, hey, I'm scared, but I'm willing to do this. I know I need change in my life, so I'm going to do one small step. And it said, don't scare yourself with the next 40. So only focus on that one. All right, we're working our way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 more. 9 more cards. All right. Spirit Animal Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed. We got 2. We have the Peacock, number 46, Let It Shine. This is always like, show off those feathers. And look at this heart. Wow. Heart chakra opening, and look, green. So we have the green. Remember in the beginning of the reading, I talked about Archangel Gabriel. or Raphael, he's the healers, and green represents him showing up in the reading. And this is heart chakra. Somebody's heart chakra is opening up big time, and they're about to speak their truth and let it shine. They're like, I can't hold this in another minute. I have to just say what's on my heart. I don't know if you guys ever get that, but I get that all the time. I just can't hold things in. I have to say it when I think it. Okay, we have the parrot. Watch your words, literally speaking your truth. Number 45. Wow, 45 and 46, back to back. That's really funny. Yeah, I just heard, so to watch your words, meaning like somebody's going to be speaking their truth. Make sure you receive them with love. Make sure you're hearing their words and they're watching their every word. They're like wanting to say the right thing. They don't want to offend you. They don't want to hurt you. You don't want to hurt them. So it's like this very gentle conversation of being very mindful of every word that's being said, because you want to handle the person with kid gloves, right? They might be sensitive right now. And that's okay. And we got two birds there too, parrot and peacock. They're both facing one way. I don't know what to make of that. Let's see, what angel card are we going to get? Maybe you're being watched. I think it's you're being watched. Like somebody's been watching you in like a healthy way. Maybe social media. Maybe they're watching you on social media. Ask for a sign. I also just heard, and there's butterflies too. I don't know if you guys see it. She's like, has butterflies in her hand, but ask for a sign would mean talking to your angels and saying, hey, like, give me the words to speak to this person. Give me the words to say. Allow me to open up my heart. Allow me to receive the words that I'm about to hear. Because sometimes it's not always easy to be on the receiving end of somebody speaking their truth, because we want to be gentle and we want them to keep sharing and we don't want to scare them off. So you could ask for a sign by saying, send me like 2 butterflies if I should speak my truth to this person. You know, send me a sign if, you know, to let me know that you're here. Send me 2 frogs by tomorrow, Archangel Michael, to let me know that you're protecting me in the situation. So you can ask your archangels or your angels and guides for anything. And there is a difference between angels and guides. Our guides can sometimes be assigned to us. I read a book called Ask Your Guides, and there's like a shit ton of guides and angels to learn about. There was so much I couldn't retain it all, but the ones I love the most are the archangels. And you know, our angels could be people that have passed away, that are still in the spirit world and they haven't transitioned in a new life yet, or maybe they never will, depending on their evolution. And you know, they say twin flames, certain types of twin flames, this is their last lifetime. So they tend to feel immense pain and they tend to go through really tough experiences and have anxiety-filled lives because they're so sensitive, because they're on their way out. This is their last lifetime in this physical form. And it's almost like they can't wait to get out, but they have the lessons to learn and they have to evolve the way they came here to evolve. And they can't just stay stuck in situations. They're here to do something bigger. A medium once told me that I was that type of twin flame. I don't know what I believe, but I have always felt like I was in a rush to get out of here. And I have felt a lot of pain in this life. So it kind of resonates, but I don't know. But I don't know where I was going with that. What was I talking about? Yep, totally lost my train of thought. Fabulous. Sorry, guys. I guess maybe I was talking to you guys about using, the guides and the angels. Thank you. So like using the difference between your guides and your angels. So your angels could be loved ones that have passed away. Your guides are like guides that are permanently on the other side, that are here just to be your guide. Okay. And they get assigned to you. The archangels are everywhere and everyone has access to them, but your guides are yours. Some people, you know, when I'm doing Reiki, I'll hear and I'll see the number 4 and I'll tell the person, you have 4 guides. You know, you have 4 guides that are always with you and they're wanting you to talk to them. And usually they're not in the masculine or feminine form, but sometimes they come through to me as if I'm seeing a male figure or seeing 4 male figures, or maybe I'm feeling a woman's energy and I'll say, you have female guides, but they're not really masculine or feminine. They're just an energy that are coming through in a certain like energy. I can't describe it. It's just, I think of like a mom or a grandmother, and then I say that. So that's the difference between angels and guides and the archangels. Thank you, guides. Wow. Oh, this is a tough card, you guys. This person who's going through this change and this upheaval is really, they're not getting any sleep. They are losing sleep. They're really struggling. So swords represent mental, like your mind space, like overthinking, and you just, it's just too much. You're like in distress. You're like, what am I going to do with my life? I can't stand another minute. I need to get out of it. And remember, that's part of the transformation. So if this is you going through this, if this is your person, your special person, your divine masculine, your divine feminine, they are experiencing pain right now. And it's high anxiety, no sleep. They're suffering. So please pray for them, send them love, send them peace, send them the angels to go comfort them. Maybe they're in so much pain. Wow. That I was going to say that they're going to come speak their truth because they can't handle another minute. And when I said that, 2 cards fell. Share your voice and let it shine. They're going to speak their truth. They're going to let their heart shine. They're going to totally spill the beans and tell you everything. Okay, I'm going to use my deck now, the Ever Unfolding Heart. Oh, that was the traditional tarot, the Rider-Waite Tarot. Tarot or tarot, whatever you like to call it. I kind of like doing 1 card from every deck. I don't know if you guys like it, but I enjoy this. Something I've never done before. Thank you. Buffalo, your fear is not real. It's a story you are telling yourself. The buffalo reminds us to face our stories head on, pave a new path in your mind. I just was about to say something and my angels took it from me, but I had this one moment, just to share a quick story. I resigned from my job 3 years ago, my first teaching job. I had taught for 14 years. Everyone thought I was crazy. They're like, what are you doing leaving your pension? You know, what are you going to do? You don't have a job lined up. How are you going to pay your rent all summer? And I just knew it. I just had to quit. Like, I knew I was not meant to be at that school anymore. And I actually didn't even know what I was doing, but I was very confident in telling everybody else, like, I'm going to travel, I'm going to do this, whatever. I'm going to figure out who I am. Well, a month later, I was like in my Jeep driving towards a storm. I see this dark sky, this clouds, and I'm just driving towards the storm. And I'm like, fuck it. I don't care. I'm going right into it. And the vision of a buffalo came into my head. And I knew that one of my spirit animal cards, the buffalo, talks about how buffalo, like, they don't go around, they don't beat around the bush. They know the quickest way through a tough situation is just to go right through it. They go through the storm. They know the sun and the rainbow is on the other side. And in that moment, I was actually opening up my throat chakra. We'll call it that. I was screaming on the top of my lungs, hating myself, going, Michelle, what did you just do? You just fucked up your life. You just quit your job after 14 years. You just left a really safe and comfortable spot, and everyone thinks you're crazy and you don't know what you're doing. You don't know where your money's going to come from. I was screaming on the top of my lungs. I was like, it was like crazy. It was like in a movie, and I was sobbing and crying, and I just hated myself. And it was my ego. That was all ego. My soul was driving that Jeep and it knew exactly what it was doing. It was like, girl, relax. We're going to take you to another school. You're going to start a meditation program. Then you're going to be approached to create a mindfulness meditation program, which you wouldn't have been able to create unless you worked at this other school. And then you're going to make bank doing it. And then, oh, in another year, then you're going to resign again. And then you're going to start a YouTube channel and you're going to start Reiki and you're going to do your readings full time. My soul had a plan the entire time. So I think about the person, whoever this reading is for, and if you've hated yourself for past decisions, you have to recognize that that is your ego. You are a beautiful soul, and your soul has you exactly where you're meant to be. I just posted a reel on my Instagram, and I think I also posted it on my shorts this morning on YouTube. But it was just like me saying, I was one of my sunsets or sunrises that I saw in Cape Cod when I was out there creating my mindfulness program. I would always go for morning walks and watch the sunrise and sunset. And I would always travel alone. I loved it. But I have so many nature photos and sunsets and sunrises that I'm like, you know, I need to make these reels and do like inspirational words to help people understand that like, you're exactly where you're meant to be. Your soul has you getting a divorce. Your soul has you changing jobs. Your soul has you, you know, wrecking a car because it knows there's going to be a better one coming. Your soul has you, you know, giving up everything for a silly reason, whatever it is, you know. Every decision is perfect. And you have to remember the buffalo moment for me, driving in my Jeep, hating myself, screaming on the top of my lungs. That was such like a little tantrum of a human having a human experience. But we're spiritual beings. We're not human. We're spiritual beings in a human body, and our soul knows the whole path. It knows everything in front of us. And when we do things that we look back on and say, why did I do that? We have to forgive ourselves and say, no, my soul did it. Even if it was really messed up, or if I broke the law, or if I hurt somebody, it was meant to be. So please, please forgive yourself. Whatever you did in the past, say you cheated on somebody, or say you abruptly left a job. There was one time, I feel so bad. One time I was a nanny for this one family. And there was a miscommunication between texts, and I thought that, well, what I found on the text, they screenshot something by accident and sent it to me, and they were talking a little bit negative about me. And I was so immature that I just quit in the middle of babysitting one of their kids. I mean, the husband was home, but I was supposed to like continue babysitting, and I just was so immature and I just quit. And that's something I regret. Like, who does that? I was, you know, I should have just stayed and finished the job and just said, listen, like, I don't appreciate that you guys are talking about me this way. And again, my throat chakra, because I still feel bad about that. And it wasn't honorable. It wasn't something that I'm proud of, but I forgive myself for it. Like, I know that I did that for a reason. It was for a lesson, you know, or maybe I was meant to be moved out of that job and it wasn't what was right for me at that moment. I don't know, but I trust now that it was meant to be. So we all make mistakes. We all do stupid shit. So please forgive yourself and forgive your person. So if this whole reading is about somebody's about to walk back into your life and they're about to apologize and say, I am so sorry for breaking your heart. I am so sorry for ghosting you. I am so sorry for just everything. Remember that their soul had them do that for a reason. What did you learn from that situation? How did you grow? You know, why did you two split up? What happened in the process? You know, sometimes when there's a separation phase between two people, it's a beautiful time to realize how strong the connection is. Because if you're apart for a really long time and then you come back together and you're still choosing one another, now you know for the rest of your life that they're it, that they came back and they chose you. And you are worthy of being chosen. We're all worthy of being chosen. And sometimes the separation is the most beautiful part of the journey because it teaches you your strength. It heals your abandonment wounds, right? You don't fear that person leaving you again because you know that if it's meant to be, it'll stay. And if it's not, it'll go and everything's okay. And we're trusting, you know, the buffalo part of sometimes that person has to go through that storm of that separation phase in order to gain the strength, to learn to trust that there is going to be sunshine and there's going to be a rainbow. You know, a lot of times in these connections, especially twin flame, the divine feminine awakens first, right? She has all this wisdom. She already is on her path. She knows what she's doing. She trusts the universe. And the divine masculine comes into her life and he gets awakened and he's like, whoa, you're like magic. How I don't understand this. I have faith, but I don't have that much faith. Like, I don't understand what's happening. And they completely get broken open. And that's when the upheaval happens. And they usually go through like the dark night of the soul to learn their own faith, to step into their own truth and figure out who they are and what they came here to do. And a lot of times twin flames have shared missions. Sometimes they are parallel, meaning one person's doing one thing and the other person's kind of doing a similar thing, but in their own way. And it's this beautiful journey. So I'm being guided back to the change card for some reason. So maybe your person, whether it's your DF or your DM, divine masculine, divine feminine, they might be going through some major changes and they have to learn to be the buffalo and to just go right through the storm and say, fuck it. My soul chose this. I'm here for this. I'm here to feel everything. I know it's going to be a little painful, but I don't care because I know it's taking me to my rainbow and to my sunshine. And maybe that sunshine is you beautiful souls watching this. All right. Wow. Thank you. That was quick. Hyena. Have fun along the way. Do not take it. You have to learn to make light of the situation. The hyena is like the funniest card in the deck. It makes jokes. It makes light of the situation. If you can see the sun and the moon, the light and the dark, the shadow of the moon, I guess it's not really the sun, but it's the moon and then there's light and dark. But that represents making light through the darkness, seeing how you have to go through the darkness. You have to go through that dark night of the soul. Just like the divine feminine, she also went through her dark night of the soul. She went through her awakening. She went through her grief. She went through her pain, changing jobs, figuring out who she is. And for her to get to a space where she's finally in the groove and she knows who she is, that's because she went through that darkness, but she found the light. So you're being called, or your partner's being called, to find the light in the situation. You're going to be okay. And if you're not in contact with your person, now we're going to pull cards, the twin flame cards, if you're not in contact with them. So we can still energetically, I coach a lot of my clients. I've been coaching twin flames for 3 years now. So I don't want to call myself a twin flame coach, but the universe just keeps bringing me somebody that's in the situation where they've just met somebody who knocks their socks off, but they happen to be married, or they happen to live across the country, or they're of a different race and maybe their family isn't accepting of it, or maybe they're same sex and the family's not accepting. So there's always a barrier in the beginning of a twin flame partnership that the twins have to overcome together. And I just lost my train of thought why I started talking about that. Oh, so you can send them love. Thank you. You can send them love from afar if you're not in communication with them. If they're going through their dark night of the soul and they're going through a breakup, or they're losing sleep at night and you can't talk to them, you can pray for them every night before bed and say, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, please go be with them. Put your light around them. Allow them to get some sleep tonight. Okay, so you don't want to like jump into their phone and try and contact them. You just leave them be and let them be the buffalo and go through the storm on their own so they can gain their strength, because you already did it. You've already been through this. You know what happens when you go through that. You learn everything about yourself and you see your beauty and your strength. So we can't do it for them. We have to let them learn on their own. I have no idea how long this reading has been. We're just going to keep going. Okay, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. Wow, and this looks like the same moon, eclipse energy. Same moon as the hyena. See the similarities? So this is happening around this eclipse. We just left eclipse season, thank God. But eclipses bring up everything. That makes everything resurface. It makes you deal with all your anxiety. A lot of times that's why we're not getting sleep. And that just happened yesterday. Is it yesterday or today? I think it was the 15th. 15th or 16th. It was both days. But anyway, 2 days before a full moon or an eclipse and 2 days after are like the sensitive, it's like a sensitive time. So you have to be very, very gentle with yourself the 5 days around a full moon or an eclipse. You might not be eating much, or you might be overeating. Your sex drive might be turned on. You might be agitated. All right, we have embarking on an adventure. Somebody's going to go travel. I savor the wonders of the world. Who's going on a trip? I love this. Could be like the buffalo, taking that drive through the storm. They're going on an adventure. And it's not always going to be an easy one, but it's worth it. It's so worth it, you guys. I can say I've been through many dark nights of the soul, and I've come out so much stronger and so much more free in my body. And I trust the universe so much. It's just really cool to witness. All right, this is Sex Magic Tarot. We're about to get a little risque. Let's see what we got. 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. Holy shit, this is like on fire. Oh, and I love it. He's got a rose for her. And if you look, I bought myself roses today. Manifesting love. 8 of Pentacles. Sorry, I'm sitting here not showing you guys the photos. They're hanging out naked. Just, it looks like he's like caressing her leg with the rose. They're just enjoying their time together. I've actually never gotten this card before. I like this couple and what they look like. I don't know why, I just feel drawn to them. Well, hello. That never happens, and that's a sign. Oh, and look, there's a little heart on her plate in the background. Can you guys see it back here? I knew I was connected to this card. It's like life is easy for them. They're just drinking tea, hanging out naked. Really beautiful. Oh, I just got the message for this card. So this card represents the twin flame partnership, because when you're with your twin, it feels easy. It's like you're sitting there just drinking your coffee or your tea, and you don't even like know that your person's next to you, because it feels like home. It just feels like you're by yourself, but yet you can't keep your hands off of each other. Like you have to just be so close to each other all the time. And that's where this card comes into play. It's like you can't get enough of each other. You just want to be like in each other's bodies. And it's basically because your souls are such an energetic match that your bodies like get in the way. Your souls want to merge. It's like they just want to be together, and you just can't get in there. There's a lot going on in this card too. There's a lot of animals and birds, and she's barefoot. He's fully clothed. Sorry, I'm just seeing if I'm getting another message. But I feel like she's listening to him. Like it's been a long journey and he's finally home. And she's just sitting on his lap listening to all of his stories. It's like, he's like, I'm sorry I left, but I'm back now. And then this is what happens after he comes back. They take all their clothes off. All right, let's see. We're gonna finally finish this reading with my Hidden Truth Oracle. So we're gonna see what your partner, if they're in separation from you, what they want to say to you. I want you. They want you. They've been dreaming about your body, I just heard. And that's why they can't sleep. So they're losing sleep because they know that you're the only one that can fill their cup up. You're the only one that energizes them. You're their sunshine. Remember the sun card in the beginning? And they have zero sunlight here. It is complete darkness. All right, next one. Sometimes you can't make this shit up. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. Are you kidding me? Thank you, guides. I love the magic of the universe. Don't you guys love this? I love when it connects. All right, let's do 3 more and then we'll finish off this reading. I love you. They love you. They're going to be back, you guys. If you're waiting on your special person, they are coming and they're going to speak their truth. They're going to go through the storm. They're going to choose you. They want their sunshine back in their life. And I think it's funny that I wore yellow today and I bought yellow flowers, which I don't normally buy yellow. So I feel like that's a sign too. Perfect for this reading. I will wait for a sign from you. Oh man. I love this stuff. I love what I get to do every day. All right, lovies, you are loved. You are safe. Your person is going to be okay. Let them heal. Let them learn the lessons. Let them build their connection with the universe, and then allow them the space and the time to come back to you and to speak their truth and forgive them and give them a big hug, and then never let them go ever again. Because you can have this. Who doesn't want this energy? Where it's just easy and calm and peaceful and magnetic, and it's undivided attention and love. You are so worthy of that kind of connection. And sometimes you have to go through a storm in order to get it. But the storm is worth it because you learn who you are through that storm. All right, lovies, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. As my niece Eva would say, she would say, Shusha, you need to tell them to smash that bell or smash that like button. She's so cute with her little YouTube. She's a YouTube fanatic. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next reading. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm sending you all the love. And comment below if your person comes back and they speak their truth. I would love to hear these stories. All right, lovies, peace out.